Okay, guys, this is Nordic Redneck again, and today I'm going to show you a little video here of how I'm sharpening saw blades, circular saw blades, on that machine over there. And it's an old German machine, I think, from I don't know the 50s, and my grandpa on my mother's side left that one for me. Anyhow, this weekend I did a little sharpening on these circular saw blades for a big sawmill, and from the 30s, still operating with a Volvo bus engine. So that was pretty cool. And as you can see, it's a rip saw kind of tooth here, and it actually is shaped so that I can put it up in the machine and take the back of the tooth here. I just managed to take the front of it and sharpen that. But it was in pretty good shape, so it was not a big deal. It's still sharp, or it's sharp now anyway. But now, today's job here is this chopping saw blade for one of these wood cutting machines. And as you can see here, this one here is made the way it is to keep this one in the center and not moving. And it's left way thread on it. And I'm going to put the phone away and showing you the machine, and I'm going to put that together and put that saw blade up in the machine. So bear with me for a few seconds here. Very professional, don't you think? Okay, hang on a few seconds here. Okay, let's see here now. I've since I've used this for a whole lot bigger saw blades, I have to adjust this, and I might even have to do more than that. Okay, didn't plan for that. There's a whole lot of ways to adjust this, and down here where I'm at now, there's a slide for sideways. There's a swivel that you can raise it up and down a bit, and we're going to see here if we're going to hit the sweet spot here. I think we are. Okay. What you want to do is this little bit here, the feeder bit, you want that to kind of engage at the front of the tooth and in the center, height-wise, because that way it doesn't interfere with anything else. Okay, that was that. Now I'm going to turn it on and see how the feeder works. Woo! Yep, there were big teeth yesterday or this weekend, so I have to readjust this to take just one tooth at a time and not at that speed. Still got 2 teeth. There you go. That's more like it. That's more like it. Okay, I might want to go further down a bit too here. There we have it. And you probably saw that. I need to have this sort of a brake on to make, well, you see what happens with the saw blade if I don't have that on. So that's how that works. And this guy that had this circular saw blade, he's been running it too far because it's starting to heat up and build up resin on it, and I probably need to clean that, or it will not work. So, yeah, that's what it's like sometimes. There you go. Because if this resin is still left on the front end of the tooth, the chest, the feeder is going to hit that, and it's going to be an uneven story with the whole saw blade. So you kind of need to take that off. Sorry about that, guys, but that's just the way it is. Anyhow, I've been doing this sharpening saw blades for quite a few years. Just more like a hobby. And of course, I get paid for it, but it's mostly during the springtime while these wood chopping machines, wood cutting machines are in business. And off and on, there's a saw blade from a sawmill. That's fun too. It's not as often these days because people use smaller sawmills and like band saws and stuff like that, and they also don't saw as much lumber as they used to back in the days. Okay, we're also going to use this one here today because it's a cutting saw blade. So we need that one to flip back and forth to have these teeth angled on the chest. So they pull in that sawdust from the side of the curve. We want that. Because that means less friction. Okay, then I'm going to see what happens here. And this is like a trial and error thing kind of deal here. Yeah, need to pull that up a little bit. I also need to move that one. Woo! So this one here, this one engages the head, this grinding head. And this here, that's the feeder for the saw blade. And it's one of those sinus graphs. The movement on this one here. And since this one here is flipping back and forth and there's an angled sawtooth, well, we have to be sure it's angled right in the right way for every tooth, and that was wrong. So now it's, there we go. Now it's the right way. So I lifted that one up, the feeder up, just to engage on the right tooth here. Okay, so now we're really close but not engaged to start sharpening. And as far as I can see, this here works just fine. I probably need to, I just leave it that way. I need to tilt the head that way a little bit. And I also need to make the movement of this grinding head a little different. And as you can see, it's stopping down there at the bottom for a split second. I don't want that for this saw blade here because it's not the teeth are not shaped that way. So I need to first of all I need to adjust this one here up here to make it go down and straight up again, close to anyway. Well, maybe a little. There we go. And I also need to make this one here, this head, go up and down slightly faster. And this one here determines the angle on the back of the tooth. Well, so does this, but that one more. So they kind of operate together. These. I do need this one to the bottom, stay at the bottom for a short while. There we go. And you kind of have to adjust in the air, so to speak, not grinding anything to start out with. And then you lower it and see what happens and see how close you're getting. And that one is, I need to adjust this one here a little bit because it was too flat. It needs to go up faster. Yep, and I probably need this one to feed a little slower too. There we go. Yep, as you can see, there's a lot of things to think about here. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. Now I have to angle the head, tilt the head a little bit because it's a little bit off. So it needs to go this way a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit. And you do want to make these adjustments as close and as true as possible as the teeth are to start out with, or you just have to grind a whole lot of metal off of this saw blade to get where that machine is set. And that's unnecessary. You're taking years of use off of it. And why should you? Ooh, there we're getting some action. But I don't want that action right now. I have to adjust some more. And I need it to bottom even more, or stay at the bottom. And then I can lower this here, the whole head. Okay, we're getting closer. This saw blade's pretty dull. He's been sort of forcing it. That's why there's so much resin on it too. It gets hot and all this wood materials get stuck to it. So this saw blade is going to take a little more time to both adjust and sharpen. I don't think he's been on it with a file. I can't tell right away anyway. So that's good. That's something you don't want. As you can hear, it has started to grind a little bit. I'm going to leave it there for a little bit. Okay, so this one here, the adjustment I'm making here, that moves the teeth that way or this way. So if I move it that way, there's going to be some more grinding on the back of the tooth. If I move it that way, it's going to be on the chest. And I mean, you want that sweet spot, and we're almost there. And not only that, you have to adjust this lever up here every now and then, because I mean there's wear and tear on the disc here, so you have to compensate for that. This looks pretty good. Although I have to go a few turns before I can see where we're at. Yep, it's not sharpening anything on the very tip of the tip of the teeth here, because it's this saw blade's been abused quite a bit. Well, I'm getting there. Yep, I think that's it for you guys. This is just a matter of time before I get this finished. So, thanks for watching. Cheers.